Hi, welcome to Irvin House Vineyard. We're glad to have you here today. This is a retirement project for my husband and myself, and we started in 2001. And the biggest question that I usually get is, why did you do this?
Back in February of 2000, Ann and I just retired from construction, got a flyer on this place, and we just started dating, and we came out and looked at it and basically bought it the next day. And we got married in June and went on our honeymoon, and as soon as we came back, we started putting in 3,500 posts for the vineyard. She was newly married and didn't know how to say no yet.
This was a residency for a fella that had a carriage company in Charleston. And he had all of his horses here and his home and all these outbuildings and barns. And my background was farming. I grew up on a farm, and also my husband grew up doing farming also. So this was a perfect place. And we had to study what kind of grapes would grow here, and it was a muscadine grape. The reason it does so well in this area, it's a native grape to the east coast, from the southern part of Virginia down to Florida and over to Texas. So we found our grape, and then we decided on 4 different varieties, and we have 2 purples and 2 bronze grapes growing here.
There wasn't much knowledge in South Carolina about muscadine grapes, so we had to join the North Carolina Muscadine Growers Association and the South Carolina Association, or the Georgia Association, and learned how to build the trellises, plant the grapes, how to just take care of them that first year.
One of our sons, Jay, needed a job, and so we said, we have something for you to do. So he helped us put in all the over 3,000 posts and string the wire and plant 2,700 vines. One of the toughest things, this is another question, what was the hardest thing to do? And it was probably getting these rows straight.
That year, our first summer, we had them up to the wire and out and filling their space. And the next year, I was going out to look at our grapes. There were millions of them everywhere. And I was panicking because I had no idea how to make wine and nothing to make it with.
And so Jim was a chemistry major, even though he was a builder. And so he went to work on, we picked that first crop, which was not very much, but we made wine, started practicing making wine and tasting, and then going to other vineyards in North Carolina and South Carolina and Georgia and in Florida.
In August of 2002, 17 months after we'd planted, we got 26 tons of grapes. And we made it all into wine, and must have done it right because we sold all of it.
It's a very unusual grape because it has thick skin, and it has very bitter seeds. And when you taste the grape, it is so sweet and yummy, and I love to put them in the refrigerator and have people taste. But the wine is a very unique flavor. It's very distinctive.
It is what I consider to be the smart grape. The muscadine has an extra pair of chromosomes, and it's gone up the evolutionary ladder, and it's immune to all known grape diseases. All the doctors tell you to drink red wine because it's got something in it, and that something is called resveratrol. And it's a compound that works on many parts of your body. It's a very strong antioxidant. It also works on your blood. And what it does with your blood and your cardiovascular system is it lowers your bad cholesterol. It increases your good. Since I started making this wine, my bad cholesterol has gone from 184 to 70. When the muscadine grape ripens or starts to ripen, when it's about 95 outside, like today, it's 95% humidity and 95 are going to be 94 degrees. And you basically have to pick the grapes one grape at a time, because in the clusters, as you saw earlier, they're not all ripe together. The vinifera grape, the California European grape, they just cut the cluster off. We have to pick individual grapes out of the cluster, and we pick in 5-gallon buckets, and each bucket weighs a little bit over 33 pounds, and when we get 60 of them together, we have pretty close to a ton. And at that time, we crush them, put them into our primary fermentation tanks, and we let them settle out for a day. And when they settle out, the seeds go to the bottom, the pulp and the juice stay in the middle, and on top will be the skins. Well, we figured out over the years that it takes about 2.2 pounds to make one 750 milliliter bottle of wine. We've got 5 different kinds of wine. From Terra grape, we make Terra Gold. From the Carlos grape, we make Magnolia. From the Ison grape, we make Mullet Hall. From the Noble grape, we make Palmetto. And then we blend, it varies a little bit every year, from all the 4 grapes, we make the Live Oak Reserve.
It's about 1/8 of a teaspoon.
And so really Reetha and I, my sister-in-law, started the tasting room. And so she's still here. We have mostly family working with us, and good friends, or friends of our family. So it's really a mom and pop feeling and a good family feeling here, and we love it. People walk in, and I love to ask them where they're from and why they're here and what they're doing.
We invite everybody from the southeast that grew up with these grapes, and everybody from the rest of the country or the world, to come and visit our winery and learn a little about this muscadine grape. We've had somebody from every one of the states, every country in Europe except for Greece. I don't know why we hadn't had anybody from Greece, but eventually we will.
We feel so generous with what we have been given here that we love to have people come out. Families come out and have picnics. Unfortunately, there's not a lot of places to buy food out here, like nowhere, but if you plan ahead and bring a picnic, we welcome families to come out and just spend the afternoon and have a nice time here. Of course, do the wine tasting, and then we've had a little extra attraction with our Firefly product. But it's just a fun place to be, and I encourage you to come out and just spend a little time here and enjoy yourself.
Oh my, oh my sweet July. Oh my, yes my sweet July.
We started this when we were over 50 years old, so there is life after retirement, and there's a whole nother life. After you have one career, you can do 1 or 2 more things. You know, really, it's a lot of fun. And I guess one of the best things is just all the people that we've met and all the smiles that we've seen. And it's just been a wonderful, wonderful 10 years.
I've learned owning this vineyard that the public is amazing. Each year, we're still growing and growing in the amount of people that come out here. People come in a good mood and leave in a much better mood.